We are in the final countdown to the election. Polls are set to open in just about 10 minutes, about 12 minutes from right now.
And Michigan voters will be voting on 6 ballot proposals that seek to rewrite some of the state constitution and repeal a powerful but controversial law. And we're working to help you break down those ballot proposals. Joining us now to break down proposals 1 and number 2 is commercial law and litigation attorney with the Varnum law firm, John Allen. John, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Well, good morning, Marcy.
Good to see you.
Morning.
Josh.
Yes, sir.
Happy
Thanks to you and
Day
Channel 3 for your excellent coverage of this very important election.
Thanks for your kind words. We've been working hard at it. We have a lot of questions for you this morning.
Yeah, and obviously these 6 proposals are weighing heavy on a lot of Michigan voters' minds this morning. We'd like to start with Proposal 1. It's the referendum to on that public emergency manager law. What effectively does a yes vote on this mean for that law?
A yes vote will retain Public Act 4 of 2011 just as it presently stands. There are presently 10 communities and school districts operating under that law, and they would continue to operate under it.
So a yes vote would continue that?
Just leave things as they are.
And a no vote does it away?
A no vote would effectively repeal that statute. That would raise a number of legal questions. Do we go back to the 1990 statute, or do we adopt a new one, or do we just leave those 10 communities to consider federal bankruptcy under the federal statute?
But that at this point is unclear what exactly happens if no wins today.
Attorney General Bill Schuette has said that the 1990 statute is actually in effect even right now while the 2011 statute's in suspension, and I suspect he would continue to take that opinion. His opinion is important, but it's only an opinion. Eventually the court will probably decide that.
Okay.
Now, do you see any potential appeals if in fact the voters do go to the polls and vote yes on this?
Well, the financial manager law has a number of legal questions that have arisen in the course of its administration, like any new statute, and I would suspect that those issues would continue to arise and have to be resolved by a court as we go along. The major emphasis of the Public Act is to avoid federal bankruptcy for Michigan communities, and I think that would continue to be true, even though there might be legal questions under the statute still to be decided.
Very good. Let's move on to Proposal 2. Proposal 2 is one of those that we've seen a lot of ads about, and a lot of folks aren't exactly clear about what this means. Can you explain to us, in as simple terms as possible, what a yes vote, what a no vote on Prop 2 means?
I'll do my best, although the effect of it is not necessarily simple, and you're right, over $50 million has been spent on this proposal alone. We believe, in our view of it, that it is intended to effectively repeal a number of statutes enacted by the legislature in the last couple of years, affecting principally public employees. However, it also would, I think, also effectively eliminate discussion about Michigan becoming a right-to-work state, and that would affect all private employees, too. So I think the right-to-work discussion would be off the table if a yes wins on Proposal 2. If a yes wins, then a number of other provisions that currently apply to public employees would probably no longer apply, or at least serious questions would arise about that. The proponents of the proposal say it would affect at least 5 major pieces of legislation adopted by the Snyder administration and the legislature during the last couple of years. The Attorney General has said it might affect over 100 statutes. The employee right to strike, public employee right to strike bill, as well as a number of other bills affecting employee retirement, public employee retirement, compensation, and benefits.
Now, as it stands now in the state of Michigan, how do, I guess, the union's roles or the union's rights, I guess, compare to that of other states right now?
Well, I think most people would say that Michigan's a very strong union state. There's a good and effective influence of the unions upon the legislation that is passed and upon the political races, for instance, the ones here today. If you look at the financial reports, the unions are very active in taking positions both for candidates and ballot proposals and supporting them. Michigan is not a right-to-work state presently, and our public employees have many, many rights that are designated by the statutes, although some of them have been affected both positively and negatively from the point of view of those employees by these recent statutes that are intended to be undone by this proposal.
All right, John Allen from the Varnum Law Firm. Thanks for your time this morning, and you will join us again tomorrow morning to break down whatever happens today in the election.
Bright and early. Hopefully we'll know the results.
Right, hopefully. Thank you for your time.